Hi there, Bill here with Renu Therapy. In this video we're doing troubleshooting, so anything under the sun that could possibly go wrong, we're going to try to cover here. A lot of times when units ship, things happen in shipping, so also if you still have questions, always feel free to call us or email us. So I'll start off with water leaks. So water leaks can usually occur, well, obviously around the plumbing. This is the plumbing assembly with the pump and the filter housing. A couple good places to check are the unions. And what I do is, if there is water in there, you want to dry stuff off so that you can find out where it's coming from. So if this was leaking, you dry this, and then you go, okay, I'm feeling some water here. And so with the unions, these are just a hand tighten. If it's something like near the valve, you're going to want to give us a call and we'll show you how to tighten it up. Another thing that could be leaking is the hoses. So the hoses come out from the filter housing. And if you look in here, there's a hose coming off the filter housing, going into the chiller and out of the chiller and into the tank. These hose clamps sometimes will leak a little bit, and they're really easy just to tighten back up. So once again, you dry everything off, find out where the culprit is, and then that's what you go ahead and fix. Another thing that could happen is where the chiller connects. There's these chiller nozzles, and these are hand tightened, and a lot of times people won't tighten them down very tight. There's a rubber cork in there that has to be compressed. So you just want to make sure that those are nice and tight, dry it off, see if that stopped any kind of leaking. Another thing that could be a problem is low water flow. And so if you look over here, if you look at this jet, this is where the water comes in. That's a good flow, and you can see all the ozone bubbles coming in. So if you have a low flow and either limited bubbles or sometimes even no bubbles, then you likely have a dirty filter. And so if that's the case, then just go through and do a filter change. The other thing with low water flow is you want to make sure that these valves are in the open position. There's one up there and one down there. If the handle is flowing the same direction as the pipe, it's open. It's the other way, it's closed. So sometimes they'll be slightly closed or not all the way open. That will definitely slow your water flow down. So you just want to make sure those are open. For the tank and the water cooling, sometimes there'll be a challenge where you will feel that the water is not very cold. So you want to check and make sure that your thermostat has been set. So this one is set at, hold it down, this one's set at 39, it's at 52. This is, we just put water in, so it's doing its job, it's cooling down. So if you've adjusted the temperature on the chiller and it's still not doing it, then you want to just confirm that you have a fresh filter in, and you want to make sure that your hoses are in the right position. Sometimes people will accidentally switch the hoses up. So the one that comes off the filter housing has to go in where it says in. And there's a little in button here and a little out button here. So this goes in, and the one that goes to the tank will be coming from the outflow. If you have the right hoses and you have a filter and it's still not chilling, you might have a problem with the chiller. Give us a call, we'll get you sorted out. Another thing that can happen is your water's dirty. It's not filtering or not cleaning as quickly as it should. Number one, as always, check and make sure you have a fresh filter in. If you have a fresh filter and the water's still not looking crisp and clean and clear, and you can see the bottom, then you might have a problem with your ozone. So on the ozone machine, we have a really good ozone machine, and you can tell if it's working because there's a little light up inside there. If that light's not working and it's plugged in, give us a call and we'll get you a new ozone. They're super easy to pop on and off, so it'll take you 3 or 4 minutes. In the event you're going to drain your tank, I would suggest watching our YouTube video on how to drain the tank. But there's 2 other suggestions, and one is to take the filter out beforehand. So I would close this off, undo your filter housing, take the filter out, and then put the housing back on. Open this back up, and then go ahead and make sure that that one's closed. That's the one that goes into the tank. And when you plug the system back in, the pump will push the water through the filter housing and out the hose. And that'll make it a lot faster if you've got the filter out. For water purity, if you feel like you've tried everything, you've done a filter swap out, the ozone's working, and you feel like it's not as clean as you'd like, because it should be very clean, it should be very obvious, it should smell like fresh rain. If you've tried everything and you're at a brick wall, give us a call and we'll help further troubleshoot and get your problem resolved.